Welcome back to Wine Time Mysteries, where true crime meets the unexplained. I'm Ashley, your host for today's episode, joined by the queen of side-eye and sass, Joey Voodoo. And today we're venturing into the shadowy depths of Picton, New South Wales, to explore one of Australia's most haunted locations, the Picton Tunnel, aka the Redbank Range Railway Tunnel. This isn't a story of murder, but one of ghostly encounters, eerie whispers, and a history that refuses to stay buried. If you enjoy listening to true crime stories and tales that send shivers down your spine, subscribe, rate, and review us on your favourite podcast platform. Your support helps keep the show going and brings you more stories that challenge reality. Be sure to check out our links at linktree/Winetime Mysteries. Nestled in the picturesque town of Picton, New South Wales, Australia, lies a tunnel that has captured the imagination of paranormal enthusiasts for decades.
Is it my hole?
It's your bum hole.
Thought so. Haunted.
Built in 1867 as part of the railway system, the Picton Tunnel was once a bustling thoroughfare for trains travelling between Sydney and the Southern Highlands. However, as technology advanced, the tunnel became obsolete and was eventually sealed off. While the trains may have stopped running, the tunnel's story was far from over. Over the years, locals and visitors alike have reported strange occurrences, whispers in the dark, shadowy figures, and an overwhelming sense of dread. Could the tunnel be a gateway to the other side? What is it about the Picton Tunnel that draws so many restless spirits? From the tragic tale of Emily Bollard to the phantom trains that still rumble through its depths. This tunnel is a hotbed of paranormal activity. But are these stories just urban legends? Or is there something more sinister at play?
I hope there's something more sinister at play.
Oh, there's a lot of sinisters. The Picton Tunnel, officially known as the Redbank Range Railway Tunnel, and also known as the Mushroom Tunnel, was constructed during the height of the railway boom in the 19th century. It was opened in February 1867, being 180 metres long, or 590 feet, and was eventually closed in 1919, when a new deviation line was opened. It was actually the first railway tunnel used by the New South Wales Railways, and it is a fine example of the stone masonry and design of the 1800s. A little fun fact, during World War II, the tunnel was actually used for defence storage, until many years later it was used to commercially grow mushrooms.
Oh, the mushroom tunnel was actually used to grow mushrooms. I thought they just grew in there.
Yeah, I was like, that's actually pretty interesting. Don't know what kind of mushrooms. When it was opened, it served as a vital link for trains travelling through the region, but its history is far from ordinary.
Story of my life.
Over the years, the tunnel witnessed its fair share of accidents and tragedies, including derailments and fatalities. A tragic death that occurred in the tunnel was that of an unknown man on 24th of January 1884. I couldn't actually find any information to show that he was later identified, as reports stated that he was an utter stranger to locals, and no clues had been obtained to verify his identity. From 1884 to now, that's a long time.
That's a while. Do you think maybe he was homeless?
Yeah, possibly.
Or transient?
Yeah, like travelling through or, something like that. The elderly man's body was found 10 yards from the entrance, lying across the inner rails.
How'd he die?
Well, his head had been decapitated.
Huh?
Yeah. And the right arm was also severed. It was evident from the position that the deceased had been walking on the space between the two lines and had been struck by a passing train.
Right.
The body was first noticed by the assistant driver of the mail train. One of the most infamous accidents involved a woman by the name of Emily Bollard. On December 13, 1916, 51-year-old Emily was believed to be going through the tunnel, using it as a shortcut to her old home, which was now occupied by her brother. Her body was found lying about 12 yards in the northern end of the tunnel by Mr. T. Walsh, a fettler who was examining the line at about 6:35 a.m. Now, if you're like me and thinking, what is a fettler? Fettler. It is someone who repairs or does maintenance work on a railway.
Oh.
A quote from the Picton Post stated that the unfortunate woman was a good deal knocked about, both legs being broken, one being nearly severed, and the right arm was also broken and almost severed. Besides minor contused wounds on the head and back, a coroner held an inquest and returned a verdict that the deceased died from the effects of being run over by a train.
Let this be a lesson to everyone out there to stay out of train tunnels. If there's no designated walk space for you, stay off the bloody tracks.
Yeah, don't go on the tracks at all and don't go into a tunnel for a train.
Especially mine.
Yeah, or his. But whether accidental or otherwise on her part, there was not sufficient evidence to show.
Yeah, right.
I really enjoyed that, kind of looking back at the news clippings from the 1800s. It was very interesting.
That's why I love doing like the oldie ones, is when I get to see like photocopies or photos or something of old documentation. I love that stuff.
How they spoke, because I'm like, in my head it didn't exist. It's the 1800s.
Yeah.
It didn't exist.
It wasn't real. Just
Never
like Australia.
happened. Yeah, it's not real. We're not here.
We're not real. You're not hearing this from Australia.
No.
I'm not sitting in my spare room at bloody...
In my spare room.
In my spare room in Brisbane on me kangaroo.
With my art around.
Yeah. Back to you.
Over the years, locals and tourists have reported seeing apparitions of a lady with no face in a white flowing dress appearing in the tunnel. Look, that. No face.
That
no
would
thank
be
you.
spooky.
Yeah. It is said that she likes to move among the participants of tours and touch their hair and body.
Ugh.
Yeah. Particularly their arms and legs. People on tours have often stated that they've also felt a cold wind blowing through the tunnel.
Well,
What?
my wind is warm. But also, what a pervy ghost. Leave my hair alone. Stop touching me arms and get off me legs.
Stop blowing in my tunnel.
Blow. Well, it's pretty hot in Brisbane. She can blow cold air up my
Yeah.
ass. I'd be alright with that.
But Emily isn't the only spirit said to reside here. Visitors have reported hearing disembodied voices, feeling sudden drops in temperature, and even seeing shadowy figures darting through the tunnel's depths.
Mm-hmm.
These figures are often described as human-like, but are lacking distinct features. I don't like that.
Human shaped without,
The features of them.
like eyes, nose, mouth. It's just like the
Just a shape.
shadow of a...
Yeah.
Gross. No thanks.
No, thank you. Some believe these shadows are the spirits of railway workers who died during the construction or operation of the tunnel. Some have claimed to hear the distant sound of a steam train approaching, complete with whistles and the clattering of wheels, only to find the tracks empty and silent. Toot toot. That'd be so
Scary.
freaky.
Or what if it like filled up with steam? Because that would have been like a steam engine, maybe?
I think so, yeah.
Or like a coal engine. I think it's still steam.
Yeah. Others have captured strange orbs and unexplained lights in photographs taken inside the tunnel.
Should we visit this tunnel?
I think we should. Well, segue into that, which I didn't put in here, but apparently there are a few other haunted places in Picton.
In for a penny, in for a pound. We might as well check a few of them out. But that train do we know, does it still have trains running through it today?
No.
So there's no risk of getting killed by a train if we go in there?
Yeah. The only annoying thing is it's no longer open to the public to actually go inside the tunnel.
We can go to the front of it.
You can go to the front of it though. So yeah, that'd be really cool to see. Paranormal investigators have conducted numerous studies here, capturing EVPs, which is electronic voice phenomena, and other evidence of supernatural activity. Today, the Picton Tunnel is a popular destination for ghost hunters and thrill seekers. Although the tunnel is currently closed to visitors due to the deterioration, it can still be viewed from the outside only. Despite its haunted reputation, the tunnel remains a fascinating piece of history, drawing both skeptics and believers alike. Local historians have worked to preserve the tunnel's legacy, while paranormal enthusiasts continue to flock to the site in search of answers.
Well, it makes sense. If you want to know, you got to go.
Yeah, gotta go. We all
that
know.
rhymed.
Yeah. But one question remains. What is it about this place that keeps the spirits tethered to our world? Is it the tragic history, the energy of the land, or something else entirely?
Or porque no los dos y tres.
Why not all of the above? Is that what you said?
Sure.
Similar. The story of the Picton Tunnel reminds us that some places are more than just physical spaces. They are repositories of memory, emotion, and energy. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying the power of this location to invoke fear and fascination. It challenges us to consider the thin veil between our world and the next, and to question what might linger in the shadows just beyond our sight. Spooky. The tales of Emily, the phantom trains, and the other spirits said to haunt in the tunnel serve as a reminder that history is never truly buried. It lingers, waiting to be uncovered, and sometimes it reaches out to remind us of its presence.
And touches our hair and our legs.
No,
and our
thank you.
arms.
I don't know what I'd do feeling like that little touch.
I always get curious because I don't, at least from my knowledge, or my recollection, I don't know what that touch would feel like. Would it feel like just a person is literally touching you? Like you wouldn't have the warmth. Like I don't know how that would, to me.
I feel like it would be a cold brush of like...
But does it feel like, maybe I'm not able to articulate what I'm trying to say, but it's like, would it feel like pressure on that area, or would it feel like wind on that area that's pushing? Like, I wonder what that would feel like. I don't want to experience it.
I do not want it.
For anyone listening, I don't want to experience it, but I just wonder what that would feel. Because I imagine if it was touching on your clothes, you wouldn't feel anything other than just pressure. Because if I was to touch your shoulder right now, you wouldn't feel my warmth. I would just push. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to explain.
No, I know what you mean. I feel like if it's on your skin, it would be like a soft brush of like wind, like that kind of tender, to kind of give you the chills, like all the shakes of like, oh. But yeah, when it's on like clothing and body parts, surely it'd be pressure.
Like, does it just feel like someone's just touching you, but there's no one there? I don't know.
Anyone who's been touched by a ghost before?
Yeah, keep it PG.
Keep it PG. Maybe send us an email and let us know.
Yeah.
Be very interesting. Next time on Wine Time Mysteries, a hotel with a chilling mystery that has remained unsolved for nearly a century. In 1935, a man checked into the President Hotel only to meet a grim and unexplained fate in room 1046. His true identity would later be revealed, but the circumstances surrounding his death, the cryptic clues left behind, and the figures involved remain shrouded in mystery. Who was Artemis Ogletree, and what happened behind the locked door of room 1046? Stay curious, stay vigilant, and remember, sometimes the past refuses to stay buried, and the spirits of yesterday can still haunt us today. Until next time, stay safe and maybe think twice before wandering into any dark tunnels. Okay, I gotta go.
Why?
My fridge just started whispering secrets and I need to find out if I'm the chosen one.
Oh, do you have any salami?
Yes.
Okay. Bye. I'm getting, the tram image of
Yeah, trying to get the hole.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh no. The tunnel's story was far from over.
This whole story's about my ass. I'm here for it. And yeah, it's a spooky
bum.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to be able to read this without thinking of your bum.
Because you're talking about visitors.
Whispers in the dark,
Yeah,
shadowy figures.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just sitting over here minding my own asshole. My own what? Minding my own asshole. Minding my own business is what I meant.
See, I didn't even think of all the jokes until we came here today.
I'm not even looking at you anymore. I'm facing them.
Look at the wall. And an overwhelming sense of dread. I'm never doing a tunnel again.
Well,
It just all works so well for it, though.
Unfortunately, it does.
Accidents and tragedies. Sorry. No.
I think we're talking about your tunnel now.
Yeah, lots of accidents and tragedies. Oh, mail train.
I was going to do that.